So it's 2 minutes after 2, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining me. If you would mind putting in the chat, are you an agent or are you a lender? I know I opened this up to my team all across really the US on with Guild Mortgage. So curious what everybody, if like what best describes you, if you're an agent, lender, business person that just saw it on Eventbrite. Amazing. Okay, great. Cool. Well, we'll dive right in. So this is Mile High Stadium right down from me. Anybody know, put in the chat or come off mute, how many people does Mile High Stadium fit?
500,000.
70K, Eli. Well, anybody else?
76,000.
How many fit in the stadium? 69 something? No.
Okay. 76,000 people fit in front in Mile High Stadium. Whoopsies.
Are you pumping me?
And that is how many views I had on my Instagram in the last month. You would pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to get in front of that many people. And I'll get to it in a little bit, but I don't have 1 million followers. I don't have 30,000. I have like 2,000 followers. So only 50% of realtors are on social media, and only 48% of them, or 48% don't use it effectively. So essentially, only half of your competition is on social or utilizing it as a business tool. And then another half of them are just posting those generic posts that maybe they paid for, maybe their company generates, and it's really not generating them leads. So who am I? I'm Danielle Anderson. I am a mortgage lender, a world traveler, and a wannabe influencer because I've seen the power that it's had on my business. And so I'm really doubling down on it in 2025 and bringing the tools that I use to you so that your business can also grow. I'm also a house hacker, and I specialize in how to make Denver affordable by teaching house hacking and homeownership strategies of renting out a basement or finding an ADU, just because the monthly payment gap between renting and buying in Denver is so large that we have to create solutions. I too rent out my basement, and I have since 2012. So I'm very involved in the Mile High host community and short-term rental regulations in and around the city of Denver. And I don't have 1 million followers. I have 2,268. And since then, today, I think it's 2,300. And this was like a week and a half ago. I think 2282 or something, or 2290 is what it is today. Because I'm attracting the right client. So this is what we all want, right? Hey, Danielle, do you do a cash out refi? Sure do. That's a lead. Hey, this is on a post that I put up of something about short-term rentals, and I said comment or DM for more information. I actually couldn't figure out what he wanted, but I created a chat with this guy. I've never met Dylan, but he said, yes, I would love to be added to your house hacker workflow. He's currently traveling in some foreign country in South America and wants to meet with me when he gets back. Amazing, lead. Hey, I hope you're enjoying Brazil. I wanted to reach out to see what rates are. Also, another lead. Obviously, these are more mortgage related because I'm a mortgage lender, but the point is using social works. And this is the husband of a friend of mine that we're not really close. So the point also being is you're not trying to necessarily attract new people, right? You're not speaking to the people you don't know. You're also speaking to the people you do know. Like the people you played volleyball with 15 years ago or went to high school with that know, like, and trust you, but forgot that you're an agent, essentially. This is a brand new one of, hey, like sometime I'm thinking about moving to Denver. Okay, she's like 2 years out, but I have her on a nurture campaign to stay top of mind. So after I get the social lead, what are you doing with it? This can't just be a DM that you leave and forget. The next step is to get them onto some sort of email campaign, some sort of follow-up. And I actually don't even have Bree's number, so I'm following up with her via Instagram DMs. That is her phone number. You can also call on an Instagram DM. Same thing. This is a client, or I'm sorry, this was a friend that we traveled together. He actually referred me, but she didn't call my phone number. She DM'd me. Well, what if I didn't have a social profile? Think of how many people might be referring you, but then they actually don't use you, right? They're at a Christmas party or a Thanksgiving event, and they're like, oh, I need a realtor. And the person that refers you is like, oh, I love Jolynn. I'm going to refer her. But then you don't have a social profile. They Google you. They end up finding somebody else because somebody else said, oh, I like Shanti, or, a different agent. They Google both people, and the social profile of Shanti is better than the social profile of Jolynn. And I'm just using examples, guys. Like your name's sorry. that then they go with a different agent. So it is your social business card. And then the other thing is, what if we use social as a way to stay engaged with our past clients? Or the leads that you got that are still in the waiting to buy, which we all have right now, is instead of a CRM that's very stagnant, that doesn't automatically put you top of mind, right? Even your cell phone number, right? You have to physically text a lead to follow up with them. What if you were using social to do a one post that all of your leads or 50% of them saw? Then it's one to many versus a one-to-one interaction. So if you do nothing else, make sure you to connect with all of your clients on social media. At what point in the process do you think that you should start connecting? Either come off mute or type it in the chat. Sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say probably within the first 5 days.
Yeah, is it after closing or after you get the lead?
No,
As
after
soon as you
the lead.
can.
Yeah, after you get the initial lead. So one thing that I started doing is I send my contact card to everybody I meet. Your contact card, make it easy for them to save your number. Right? If somebody texts their contact card, it's easy to save. Now, the other thing on that initial client is, do you have some sort of content, whether it's YouTube, social, that addresses a question that most people ask? Maybe it's a simple post of what's the difference between a pre-qualification and pre-approval. And you answer the question, and then you can say a follow-up. Oh, I have a great video on that. I'll follow up with you and send it over. And that's not, hey, I want you to follow me on Instagram. It's like, hey, I'm providing valuable content that I'm going to send you, in which case 50% of the people, if not more, are going to then follow you on your social. So are you asking a question at the buyer's consultation or seller's consultation? Or if you're a lender, initial lead comes in, of some sort of way that you're finagling to send them a video of relevance to them. Then, on top of that, here's a little quick tip. Okay. Who has had a plumber come out in the last 2 years? Anybody? Okay. Could you tell me their first and last name of who came out 2 years ago? Okay, Jolynn can. I could not. All right, I just had sewer grossness in my basement. I had no idea the company name. I had no idea the person's name. I remember I liked working with them. Guess what? Your clients 2 years later might think of you like that, especially if you're not a good tech. So what do? In their phone, they search Agent Denver, Agent Colorado. So what can you do? Put these little notes in your contact card. So when they're searching lender, mortgage broker, house hacker person that talked to me about short-term rental, refi, whatever keyword that you think your clients are going to search, put that in your contact card. Because guess what? I just did it today. I met a new insurance agent that wanted me to send them business. I totally forgot his name. I forget who my insurance provider is. And I just sent a different one because I couldn't remember the guy's name that I met at some networking thing. So if nothing else that you take away from this, do this like in the next, 20 minutes after the call. So today we're going to dive into the importance of social media, optimize your profile to attract more leads, where to get leads, and how to make a reel. So people buy and people do business with people who they know, like, and trust. What is the first thing that clients do before they meet with you, before they pick up the phone and say, hey, I want to buy a house? Somebody at Thanksgiving gives a contact name of a realtor. What's the first thing that they do? Jolyn put it in the chat. They look you up online. Absolutely. And not only that, they Google you. More than 80% of interested home buyers and sellers Google an agent prior to hiring them, even if they've seen an agent's marketing or had word of mouth referral. What does your social profile look like? Have you Googled yourself in the last 120 days? Type in your name, realtor, city. And I just put Danielle Anderson lender, not even the city. And my Instagram is at the top of the search. 2, my Google or my Guild thing, and then my Facebook. This shows the power of having a business page on Facebook, an Instagram account, and social media optimization, which is a Google business profile. So once they find that Instagram right at the top of the page, let's just say Kim gave 3 names to her client for a lender. One was Matt, one was me, one was Joe Schmo, somebody else. Look us up, see that we both have Instagram, maybe because his is not public, so maybe his doesn't even show up when you Google him. And this is literally just an example. He was on a call, on a coaching call that I was on, and so I Googled him because I wanted to see what he was all about, and I was like, oh, I can't get any information about it. I was like, this is a perfect example. He does probably twice the business that I do, to be honest. He's like a baller in the mortgage world. But clients don't know that, right? Like, clients are just Googling you. So mine, and I think this zooms in on the next slide. Okay, so Matt, let's take a look at Matt's here. Matt has his first and last name. Follower count doesn't really matter. I can see who he's followed by. How do we know what Matt does? Do we? Okay, then same profile. Okay, I'm Danielle Anderson. I'm a lender. I'm a house hacker. People might be like, what's a house hacker? But if they look at my videos, my profile is public, so they don't have to request to be my friend to see stuff about me. Then it gives them like a lot about me. I'm a mortgage lender. I help make homeownership affordable by teaching short-term rental strategies. And then I have a link tree to my website, to all of the resources, like different things that I'm giving. Now, my profile is not perfect. This is Instagram and social media for beginners. This is all like my travel, not really updated, haven't updated in a couple of years. There's room for improvement. But overall, at least you know what I do when you Google me. Then, if they clicked on my profile, and we'll see if this works. I hope you can use sound, but you might. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's see. Okay. 300. Oh, it doesn't like. Okay. Anyway, we can't listen to the video because I just did like permission so that nobody can log in of me and somewhere else. So sorry about that. But anyway, they click on my video, and it's a video that I pinned to the top of what I am and who I do, or what I do and who I am. So then when they find me, they know exactly what it is that I do. So here is our first step. This is going to be workshop style. If you can get out your phone, because we can update your name and bio right now in the next 2 minutes. And here's our steps. Give me a thumbs up after you've got your phone handy. Okay. So we're gonna go into Instagram. So open your Instagram. Then you're going to click on your little face at the bottom right. Are we good? Okay, I see some nods. Okay, so then you're going to click the edit profile in the middle there. Do we see that? Okay. And then do you see where your name, username, and bio are? Okay. So what you're going to want to do is add first and last name under name. I do an L is the little dash between first and last name. And then whatever you do, are you an agent Colorado, agent Denver, realtor Denver, something that states what you do. Then in your bio, if you're a mortgage lender. If you're at my team, don't tell compliance because I've never updated it to meet their requirements because then it takes up all my characters. Where you do business, like I have a little pin and it says Denver. And then how are you helping clients? Are you helping them relocate? I have a worksheet at the end of this that I'm going to send people that is identifying your avatar. You do not want to talk to everybody. Who is your client? My client is a first-time home buyer that makes between $100,000 to $185,000 that is wanting to make money off of their home, that likes to travel. And there's one more thing. Wants to make money off their home. I forgot my fifth one, but that is my client. So I am talking to Sarah every time I post. Sarah is just my made up avatar of who my ideal client is. If you do not have an ideal client, think of any closings that you've had in the last 12 months. Who did you love working with? Who did you like? I like Sarah because I can provide value that no other lender can, right? I can provide short-term rental data, where to buy a house, how to get a listing set up, how to change a single family home into a mini sneaky duplex so that you can make money off of the basement, how much money I've made off my basement, how much money my clients have made off my basement. I'm sorry, if you're a lender in Denver, I don't think there's any other lenders that can do that. So it's a whole different game for me when I attract my ideal client versus just random every. Now, do I do VA loans? Yes. Do I do USDA? Yes. And it's not that I don't get those clients too that find me. It's that on my voice and my messaging, it's that one client that I want to attract that I want more of. Are we good? Did we update our profile?
I have a question.
Yep.
For the bio, how do you get the different lines? Like it looks like when I click on bio, it's like you only have one line to fill out. Or am I greater
If you
error?
click on bio, then sorry, Carrie, this is super simple, but you just click enter.
Yeah, it's not doing that.
I can,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Shamia, I can help you individually.
There's only so many characters you're allowed to use.
I do
Cool.
mine in my
Just kidding,
notes
that's-
app and then I copy and paste it. If you have Apple, just do it in your notes app and then you can do it with all your lines and enter and then copy and paste that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Love that. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, perfect. Okay, we just did this. Okay, the other thing that I won't touch base on today, but if you want a copy of this presentation, these step-by-step instructions are going to be here on how to change your account to a creator profile. This just gives you more ability to see metrics on what you're doing. So if you want a copy of this presentation, text social media PPT to 970-450-4558 and it'll shoot you an email. You just have to text me your email address and it'll auto send you a copy of this presentation. and that you can click on there for the step-by-step of how to make a creator profile versus a personal profile. It just gives you a little bit more more flexibility, I guess, with analytic metrics. And all right, and at the end, I'll also have a thing of this. So if you didn't get to it, you will at the end. Okay. So we've got your bio updated. Step number 2, it's like, where the heck do I come up with ideas? Right? That's probably the biggest roadblock for so many people is like, I don't know what to post. So what you're going to do is you're going to have open up, if you have Apple, and I'm sure that there's a way on an Android, I just don't know what it is. On Apple, you're going to open up a notes page and you're going to label it Instagram ideas. Now, anytime a client asks you, what's the difference between a pre-qual and a pre-approval? Or I think I should, why should I buy now versus in the spring? Or what do you think I should do to list my house? Or what do I have to do to list my house? Or what is house hacking? Any question that you get from any buyer, any seller, any human, any article that you're reading and you're like, oh, that would be a great thing to post on. You're going to jot it down into a notes section of Instagram ideas because you're running 3,000 miles an hour like I am. You're hopping from meeting to meeting. You don't have time to post it right now. You totally forget about your idea later. So if you put it into a notes section and you've got a time scheduled to do an Instagram post each day, then you can just pop in to your notes and be like, oh, I'm gonna write on this one today. Like today, my notes one and which I already forgot. I have to go to my own notes. And oh, why should you buy without your spouse? Right? I'm doing a loan for somebody that's under 80% of AMI. If you're under $104,000 in the Denver metro area, that means, and you have no debt, that means you can have solo a $4,000 mortgage payment. If you've got 2 people on the loan and their income is $200,000 versus just the wife on the loan and her income is $101,000, guess what? She gets a way better interest rate than if hubby and mom were on the loan. So I just thought of that when I was doing the loan for somebody. And so my post today that you'll probably see later is going to be why you shouldn't buy with your hubby or something along the line of that. So after you get the idea, we're going to use technology. We're going to put that idea into ChatGPT to tell us what our hooks are, what our caption is, and save us a hell of a lot of time. So we are going to throw up our idea into ChatGPT. And I'm going to actually see if I can get onto ChatGPT. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I did today. Oh wait, this is actually different. So this was right. This is not a social media tip, but holy hell, I just did it for the first time today on a pre-approval after I figured everything out on a difficult client. And I literally used voice to text on ChatGPT and I was like, hey, this is the scenario. This is what you need to do. We need X, Y, and Z. So then it literally like breaks it down for him. And then I was like, oh, please bullet point this. And now it's like, you qualify for this. If we need a 3-year continuance on the lawyer payout, here's the next steps. So you can do that. Okay, I thought it would have saved from my phone, but it didn't. So let's just use that one example. Please write a good hook and an Instagram caption for why you shouldn't buy with a spouse. It costs more money on an interest rate with a combined income over 100K if you can qualify on your own. All right, so here's the hook. Think buying a home with your spouse is always a smart move. Think again, here's why going solo could save you big on your mortgage. Okay, that's clickbait. That's what you want. I wouldn't have thought of that. And then I'm like, I don't like it. write me 5 more on-screen hooks and let me know which one you think would go the most viral. All right, buying a home with your spouse. You could be paying way more than you need to. Here's why. Amazing. Okay, now write a caption for Instagram and use lots of emojis and hashtags. Boom. That literally took us 2 minutes. Whose mind is blown? Yeah, it is like game changer for making it easy and doable and something that you can implement into your weekly strategy. All right, so let me get back here. And I'm just gonna, if you look at my Instagram after Thanksgiving, I compared my home to my sister's. My sister has a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house in Texas. Her home value is literally the same as mine. So I threw up into Instagram my idea of like, who else goes to visit people in over Thanksgiving and is like, oh, I wish I lived in somewhere cheaper than Denver. And it created a post for me. And then I just added certain things like, can you provide hashtags and a call to action, like follow and like for more. And then my Instagram's not working, so I'm not gonna play that video. Okay, so now we're going to create an actual reel, probably not one that we're going to post, but what I want you all to do is get out your phone again and you're going to go. Okay. Okay, so here's what I was basing this example one on of the article. Here's the average net worth of homeowner, like net worth of homeowners versus renters. What you could do is take that online article, pop it into ChatGPT, and ask for
Are you done?
and ask for a Instagram caption and post for this particular article. So if you've never created a reel before, how you're gonna start is you're gonna go to your little face first if you're not on the face screen. Then go up and click the little plus sign. And then click reel. Give me a thumbs up if you're there. Okay. So then after the reel, it's gonna take you to your recent photos. I like to have in my recents, one, you can start having albums. So if you create albums in your actual phone, you can have your B-roll videos just there. If you're an agent, you are in homes all the time. There is no reason that you shouldn't have like 30-second little videos of quirky little things in a home or how this could be a lock off or whatever. You don't even need to talk. You don't need to do anything. You just need to take a slow video. I am not a professional photographer. That's all you need. So then I like to use video. You should keep reels about under 60 seconds. So then click the little video tab and just select any video that you have in your phone already. I'm gonna just select one that's like 17 seconds long at a Christmas party. If you click the next button, at that point you'll be able to, oops. Okay. At that point, it comes up and it just has audio and speed. I really don't care about audio and speed at that point. Are you guys following along? Okay. Sorry, I meant to have this where I could like share my screen with you, but technology was not working today. So then if you click the next, then it's gonna give you, and I'm gonna click over here. Okay, we've got reel, we've already done that. Sorry, that was us going to ChatGPT. Okay. Then if you click next, you're going to see little text boxes. An A. Do you see a like big A and a little A? Can I get a thumbs up for people that are following along? Okay, sweet. So that is your on-screen text. For every reel, you need a hook. That hook is what we asked ChatGPT for. And the phrase that you need for ChatGPT, and I'll type it in the chat right now so you can copy and paste it, is write a hook, write an on-screen hook for Instagram, and then throw up info about your topic. So that is your hook. Everyone needs a click, like it needs a title. That is your title. Then every reel needs audio. And so you'll click the little audio button. Do we see the audio button? Thumbs up if we see the audio button. Okay, sweet. If a thing that I took from a class is that the audio should have this little arrow next to it. Anybody know what the arrow means? The arrow means it's trending. So if you're using, and then it also tells you this one has 30,000 reels, this one has 73,000 reels, this one has 242,000 reels, or sorry, 2,421 reels. You want to use audio trending at under 7,000 because that audio is in growth mode. Your reel will then get sent to more people that are not already following you. Got it?
Wait,
So
that again? It should be
Sorry?
under 7,000.
under 7,000. Yep.
Hmm.
And I don't actually really know if that makes a difference. My reels have been doing great, and that's the advice I got from some class that I took, so I'm repeating it. Okay. Then we've already added audio. Okay, great.
So why under 7,000? Did you say why, or?
I don't know. I just took a class and
Because a
it's-
lot of them are like 50,000, 23,000, you know, like.
Yeah, so that's a great point. If you click more, you're gonna see more that are just not on that first screen. It should say like recent more, and then you can like scroll down. The other thing is if you see that little arrow on, we all just scroll social all the time. If you see that on somebody else's, you can save the audio so that you
Yep.
can then come back and use it, or if there's an audio that you like.
Well, I mean, like right now there's Christmas time or whatever, you know, of course.
Yeah, and to be honest, sometimes it doesn't even matter if you use Christmas music because like, I don't know, on the one that I'm probably gonna post, I might use Christmas music and it's like Christmas present to you. Don't have your husband on there. Just buy the house alone and you're gonna save on interest rate. Like, you know, like it doesn't actually matter what, because this background depth music, right? So then the Christmas tree means nothing, but I had this in my reel recently, right? Because I was talking about how I was making money off my basement and it was paying for my Christmas party. So one thing you can do that I absolutely love, especially for those of you that do not want your face on camera, is in that little scroll bar, there is this little voiceover. That voiceover, literally, you could take the article on home buying and how people that are home, like that buy a home have 40 times the net worth of a renter. You can green screen, which is going to be in Instagram Advanced 101 because it's not on this one. You can green screen yourself talking, or you could just do a voice over your, B-roll is through a house and it just is you talking. And then that little volume button, click on the little volume button. That volume button has metrics to move the volume up or down. So on the song, you're gonna move it way down. And on the your voiceover audio, you're gonna increase it. For those of you that are realtors in Denver, if you want like a one on like one-on-one, Instagram, like I feel like a lot of this is hard to do on a webinar. But happy to help you. But voiceover, and then the other thing that you want on anything that you're talking is the captions key turned on. The captions give you, if people are at the doctor's office and don't have the voice on, they can read your words of what you're saying. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay.
Can I ask a random question? For these reels, does it have to be a video or can you put like a picture? Is that the whole point of the reel? Is it it's a video?
A reel is just videos. Yes.
Okay.
If you want to do a carousel is something different.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
like multiple pictures. To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't ever do them. I don't know how to do them. I just do reels because one video creates connection. Carousels are also great. I just don't do them.
Okay.
This is Instagram 101. I'm not an Instagram. This is not how I make my money, but it's been lucrative. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Perfect. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay. And then we already did this, creating the actual reel, just like step-by-step instructions. Perfect. Okay. This is also powerful. Has anybody used, a show of hands if you have, anybody used the remix tool? Okay, Dawn has once. Shanti, no. Salongo, yes. Carrie, no. Okay. Literally, this is taking somebody else's content, putting a sticker on it, and people think it's yours. So if you don't have time to post, you don't want your face on the screen, let's just go to Instagram again. So go back to your Instagram. Go to the little search icon at the bottom right. Mine's like all Taylor Swift. I don't know. Must like click on her videos a lot. So click on the video. Everybody found a video that they like. I mean, you don't have to like it, but just for practice. Thumbs up if you did. Do we have a video? Okay. All right. Then click on the little 3 dots to the right. We there? Okay. Do we see remix at the center? Okay, click that little remix. Okay, you've got the little scrolly bar, right, that has all of what you can do. You can just add a sticker like, woo, like, that's all. Okay, or you can click the little microphone. That's your voiceover. That's you talking about what you're seeing on that reel. So maybe it's a mortgage lender that doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. And you're like, actually, I wouldn't do this. I would do this instead. I don't know. That might have been a bad example. Or maybe it's just an article that they're talking about and that they did. You can then add your 2 cents on a voiceover. Or you could just literally add a sticker, repost. There was somebody else talking about a sneaky duplex. I literally just took her content, added like a caption, and then nobody actually really knows if it's hers or mine. It's on my page. Okay, so let's go back there because I feel like that. So back to your video, just any video. Click those little 3 dots at the bottom right again. And then there's also a save button. Do we see the save button? Thumbs up if we see the save button. Okay. Here, you can create a new collection. Here's what I want you to do. Create a new collection of anybody that you like to follow in the real estate world. That is also your ideas, right? I have a whole section. A lot of it is Nicole Ruth. Nicole Ruth is a powerhouse lender in the Denver market and is very social out there. She's a competitor of mine. I like her posts. I'm going to save and like them. And then, I'm going to just recreate what she did in my own voice. If you like anything that I do, save it for content idea for you to replicate. And then also, if you like any article, screenshot that I did, whatever, I am happy to share that information with you of like where I used it or where I got it from if I can find it. So Insta DM me, call me, text me. If you're like, hey, I really like that article. Can you share like that so I can do the same post that you did? I don't care if you copy me. There are so many people in this world, even in Denver, they're not going to remember that I did it and you did it. Any questions on save or remix? Cool. All right. So that kind of like rounds out our social media 101. I'm going to open it up to questions, comments, thoughts. If you want to type in the chat like you're the best takeaway from today, that would be lovely. Oh, love that, Sarah. I also on my follow-up email that I'm going to be sending out to everybody, I have a 30-day reel challenge that I subscribe to from a different realtor somewhere in the US. And it kind of like in a good way talks about what to post each day, but in just, hey, think about this, film this, but doesn't have a full script. Thanks, Carrie. Anybody else? Anything? It's so quiet. What is 201 Salongo?
Yeah, the next lesson.
Oh, 2.0, 2.0. Okay, got it. I'm gonna have to work on like I even practice it where I could like get my phone and like share my screen. For 2.0, I really feel like I need to share my phone screen with you to yeah. So there might be a 2.1. Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. I really appreciate it. And if anybody needs like individual tutorial, happy to set up like a coffee meeting or chat or anything with anybody. Cool.
Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank you, Danielle.
Yeah. I'll stay on for if anybody has anything.
Thank you.
Shanti, you've been killing it. Great. All right, I will also hang up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate being on.